but I think it's going to be the biggest upset in sporting history. It's going to happen either a no contest, either a cut, either no contest.
To be quiet. Why you told me?
I think this guy is ill.
There's something happening that Jake Paul and his team know that the rest of the world doesn't know, including me.
We are back. New fight, new chaos. This is no glove lost. And today we're talking about a fight that I will not believe is actually going to happen until the first punch is thrown. A YouTuber turned fighter against the former unified heavyweight champion of the entire world. It's Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, and it's going down in Miami this Friday. Joining me in the studio are three men who know the fight game inside out. Two-weight world champion, slick, sharp and brutally honest, High Bets brand ambassador David Haye. His old pal, the Demolition Derby himself, Derek War Chisora. And a pioneer of the early influencer boxing game, a bona fide cruiserweight contender, Viddal Riley. Boys, thank you very much for coming in. Do you understand my point where I don't believe this will happen until the bell goes and they're in there?
I thought the same thing when it was announced a few months back. And then the press conference, then it is actually happening. And it's a fight that I can't think of any other time in history where something this mega was about to take place. You know, Jake Paul's put himself in a position where he wants to be. He wants to be in the ring. They've gone out of their way to pick the biggest, scariest available option, and I'm looking forward to seeing why on fight night.
You mentioned the Gervonta Davis fight that got cancelled. Now, it was cancelled because Gervonta had some legal issues, but he's had them before. So I thought that was a bit of a weak excuse to pull the fight, and that's why I'm still suspicious that this one doesn't happen. But I mean, what do you reckon, Vid?
I think this fight is going to happen. He's in a situation where he's with Netflix, you know, the biggest platform, most viewers, you can say. You get the most viewers on that platform. You know, you promise a big fight against Tank Davis, that falls through. They still want their show, you know? So what do you do to get as much views or more views for that platform that you have that commitment to? And you have to do something crazy like this. So I think this fight will take place because it has to. I think AJ's in a position where, why wouldn't you, if it's presented? And Jake obviously wants to do things that's groundbreaking. And to be fair to him, he always does.
Yeah. Derek, you are a former sparring partner, a friend, a mentor, like a big brother to AJ. When you first spoke to him about this fight being done, what did you say to him?
Let's be honest here, man. If someone offers you to fight somebody, don't matter who you are, you're gonna take it. You know, here's a question to David. If I offer you 60, 70 million, yeah?
Sold, I'm in.
Yeah. It's happening. Do you understand? And you have to give credit to Jake Paul, yeah? Beginning of the year, if you remember, he said he wants to fight Anthony Joshua. And everybody said, everybody wrote it, whatever, yeah? You know, you have to give him credit because everything that boy says he's going to do, he delivers.
I mean, you say that, but I thought the Mike Tyson fight was rubbish. And then the Chavez fight was incredibly poor. Yeah. There were not many punches thrown. So perhaps maybe Netflix have said, you need to actually have a proper fight, mate, because you're just having us over at the minute.
But he sold out that, was it in Texas, the football ground? I mean, like, this kid knows what he's doing, man. So whatever Netflix is say, they go 50-50 on it, because right now, everybody wants to go to Miami and watch this fight. Or if you're not in Miami, we're going to be tuning on Netflix watching it. So listen, fair credit to them. You know, we can't say anything bad about it. I'm just excited about it, you know. And my point I always say to everybody, even at 258, I always say, what does he know what we don't? What does he know? Yeah. What makes him, it's like, it's like, put it this way. It's like me, saying, you know what? I want to get on a plane. I just want to go to the toughest, hardest place in the world and just show myself. What does this kid have? What does he have in boxing ways that he's gonna like suddenly distress Anthony Joshua in the ring for the next 8 rounds?
We haven't seen anything in prior fights to suggest he can, but that doesn't mean it can't be done. He might have significantly more behind closed doors. He might be whooping his sparring partners. Maybe. We're not there. We don't see. It's just down to our opinion. But as Derek said, what does he know? What has he got up his sleeve to be so confident to choose Anthony Joshua? He had the option of so many other people, but he went out of his way and said it before the fight was even announced. That's the fight he wanted. He was looking at that fight. He'd seen something in Anthony Joshua's style in one of his previous fights that he believes he can capitalise on with the skill set that he has, that we've seen little fragments of here and there. Yeah. But I'm super intrigued at what that is. Genuinely, I can't wait for that first. After the first minute, I'll be able to know exactly. Once AJ lands a jab or doesn't land a jab, in that, I'll then know where we're at in the fight.
They're fighting in the 24.
That's a big ring.
Big ring,
Yeah.
Massive ring, Olympic size ring.
You can run around it.
Yeah, Olympic.
So maybe
it's an 8-rounder fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it 2 minutes or 3 minutes?
3.
3 minutes.
3 minute rounds.
Again,
Okay,
Anthony Joshua has got a limit on what he can weigh, so that's not a heavyweight fight.
It's still heavy. It's still heavy.
Why has he got a weight limit on it?
The UFC.
The Mike Tyson fight was 2 minute rounds. That's a professional women's fight.
Yeah.
So all of these things have a caveat.
Right now, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. He looks in shape.
Yeah.
This is the best
this?
shape, AJ.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
This is the best shape I've ever seen him look like. He's not lifting heavy weights. This new team he's got, they're training him on.
The Usyk team.
Yeah, punch and move. Yeah, punch. It's like when you punch, you have to find where you have to be on different angles. So he's looking good.
You don't need trainers for this fight.
No.
Nah, that's
That
what you go.
You need to train for every fight.
You need to train for
every fight, no matter
That's
what.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You never know what is this?
Or they tell you in heavyweight boxing, one shot and it can change
That's
everything.
the thing. That's what I think gives Jake confidence. Jake's confidence comes from
You
the
just
fact
say you
he
don't need
thinks-
training for this fight.
No, for real. No, when you think about it,
I understand what you're saying because I thought that exact thing. When it was first announced, I thought,
for the job at hand,
Who's going to train
Usyk's
with?
team, do you need a full camp with Usyk's team for
Yes,
Jake
you
Paul?
need the full
Or do you
camp.
need a full camp to get to know the team for next year
You
for the
need
fights
a
that you
full
need
camp.
the
You
trainer
need a
for?
full camp, bro.
Because
in an ideal world, you need a full camp.
you need
In an
a
ideal
full
world,
camp.
but
So when you say you need a trainer,
yeah. To take your mouthpiece out to give you
Yeah.
But even outside of the fight, you still need someone to keep you on track to study
you on
the
the-
style,
yeah.
to study the
No, that's
style
fair.
and make sure you're doing the right training. But I understand what you're saying.
in terms of the
I would assume it could be.
I don't understand
When the
what
fight
you're
was
saying.
when the fight
I
was
don't
announced.
understand
When
what
the
you're
fight when the
saying.
fight was announced.
Don't understand what this guy's saying and what you're saying. You don't need a trainer. You
No.
need a trainer.
You need someone to
Yeah.
assist you. But I'm saying when it comes to right, guys, let's do some film
same
study,
way.
strategic
need to get
breakdown.
married and have a
Every time
family.
he jabs, he does this. Do you need to do that for Jake?
Yes.
Say I'm gonna get a sparring partner that's like Jake. It's professional to do so. I agree with you from a professional standpoint. Yeah.
Yes.
But like with what who AJ is, what he's done, how long he's been boxing, who he's been in the ring with, he just needs to be fit and ready and someone to assist him and walk with him.
I think even if he wasn't fit, I believe even if he hadn't trained for 3 months.
You think you could, yeah.
Olympic champion, heavyweight champion, 2-time heavyweight. If you look at it on paper, but it doesn't work like that.
It's
Although it does,
It's
and
boxing.
if he was to fight him completely out of shape, he would still be the massive favourite to win the fight.
Yeah.
But as a professional, as AJ is, he should have, and he's been out there in training camp in Spain, putting himself through it. So this should be a very new version of AJ, which I'm looking forward to seeing. But is Jake Paul going to be good enough to bring out what he's been working on?
He thinks he just has to land.
Yeah.
That's what Jake thinks.
Most people, 9 out of 10 people
Jake thinks that.
Yeah, Jake thinks why he wants
couldn't
to
land on
fight.
Mike Tyson
why
or
he wants to fight
Chavez.
AJ is because he thinks, okay, as big and scary as he is, I think if I hit him with my power, then I can make him look like Daniel did. That's what he thinks.
One person we do need to go and speak to now is Cassius Chaney, who has had a bizarrely influential role in this whole thing. Cassius, how are you, mate?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing? How's everything going?
Very good, thank you. Listen, can you just give us a breakdown of your timeline in this? Because I understand you was supposed to box Anthony Joshua in November in Saudi. Then he got the Jake offer, and now you've ended up essentially pretending to be Anthony Joshua to help Jake Paul train for him.
Yeah, it was a weird, strange events, but I understand it's part of the business. I was looking forward to getting the opportunity against AJ when it came to me. It came to me on Facebook, and it went from, would you like to fight in Saudi? I said yes. Who's the opponent? AJ. I said yeah, let's go.
Without giving any secrets away, I think boxing fans in this era, especially with the Saudi Arabia money that's floating around, will be amazed that a fight offer is coming over Facebook. Without giving any secrets away, was that from Saudi, from Team Joshua? Who reached out?
I think it was like a third party type of situation. It was weird, but I wasn't going to say no to it either.
No, of course not. But boxing fans British boxing fans that have followed AJ's career, we are so disappointed that he's not boxed Wilder and he's still not boxed Tyson Fury. So fight fans now will know that his team reached out to you and then he swapped that for Jake Paul. That is going to annoy the British boxing fans that want to see, and I do not mean this as a discredit to you, but at the stage of his career, with everything that he's achieved, we feel like he's in that sort of bucket list bit now where he just needs to get the Fury fight done. How
do you turn down an opportunity with Jake Paul? I mean, it's just so much money to be made, and to his credit, to where maybe the way he's thinking, he is not that big of a risk, So the business is boxing, That's how I look at it.
When you are sparring Jake Paul, how much percentage of your power and ability do you put into it?
Honest truth, the first day I wasn't sure on how hard they wanted me to go. I wasn't really too sure on what they wanted me to do, but the second day they say, go after him, just do whatever you want. He's more athletic than I think we've been able to see because of the guys he's fought. And, he just has to land one, touch some way up here, but he works hard.
But Cassius, you must understand how I laugh at that, because he couldn't land one on Mike Tyson, who was 58, and he couldn't land one on Chavez Jr., who was 38 and not been in a proper fight for 10 years. So, I mean, you must see him. Where does this crazy self-belief come from?
He's brought in, besides myself, he brought in Frank Sanchez, Okoli, Jared Anderson. He's been getting beat up on. Guys have been, going at him, and that alone is giving him some type of confidence because he's going through the process of really getting ready for AJ, a guy like AJ. I do think the last two fights is hard to, I don't know. Mike Tyson was 50-something. I feel, I don't know if he really was trying to kill him or hurt him. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I think in this case, he can let some things fly a little bit,
The common theme that is being brought up by most of the British boxing media over here and the pundits here is that if Anthony Joshua is still in there after a minute, something will have gone drastically wrong.
He could definitely do more than 60 seconds because he can move. He's a good mover. I think he used to wrestle maybe, so yeah. He has that type of, he's still athletic. So, we'll see. We'll see.
It's a 24-foot ring, so is Jake Paul just going to try and run away for 61 seconds and then call that a win?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I can't say. Only thing I can say is that AJ's a big guy, and he has experience. I think experience does matter in boxing. And but Jake, I feel has less damage, and he might be slightly more athletic feet-wise. We'll see in the first minute or two.
Cassius, thank you ever so much for your time, mate. I really appreciate all your help. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
I'm very, very rarely surprised about boxing anymore.
Yeah.
But can you believe that Anthony Joshua is getting fights off of Facebook? You was surprised by that, I think. AJ's in industry.
Well, if there's an opponent out there, you need to get to him by any means. Yeah. There is Instagram, email, telephone, manager. Otherwise, you get 6 or 7 people all taking a cut. Yeah. And it makes it messy for the promoter. So I understand that. But what was more important about what he was saying is he sparred once. In the second spar, they said, "Do what you want." Yeah.
Old man beat him up.
Yeah, so they're confident enough, or Jake Paul is good enough where you can bring someone who AJ was going to fight, who looked at fighting, to go full out in sparring against Jake Paul, which as I was saying, if you go by the Chavez Jr. fight, for instance, you wouldn't consider him being in there against a big heavyweight coming at him would be very ideal for him at that point. But it's quite interesting to know that that's the mindset they've got. They're having open sparring sessions. Are they doing that with Lawrence Okoli? I don't know. But signs from the camp are quite positive.
AJ suffered a big defeat at Wembley. Do you think British boxing fans would have been happy with Cassius Chaney as his comeback opponent?
No.
No.
If it's not Tyson Fury, no one's interested.
Happy, yeah.
No one's happy.
Fury
Deontay Wilder, even if it was Deontay Wilder, they'd still say it should be Tyson Fury. You can't keep everybody happy all the time. But this one against Jake Paul's a lot more interesting than that 6 rounds against Cassius for sure in terms of the public perception.
Yeah.
You know, although people don't believe he deserves it, does Jake Paul deserve it more than Cassius deserves it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who cares?
I think
You're going to tune in and watch it.
No, honestly, that's what this is about, entertainment. When Cassius was speaking, the energy that I got was like, he hasn't really seen anything that gives him confidence that Jake can win.
Yeah.
Like, he's being nice. Jake helped him out, brought him into the camp, you know what I mean? Don't slander the guy.
Yeah.
But he didn't say anything that was like promising. It was just like, cool, we beat him up. Like, just because you get beat up in sparring don't mean you're gonna win a fight.
So when AJ split up with Rob McCracken, just reached the end of their relationship, right? He used to call Rob the General, and he used to call him his Alex Ferguson, right? Big compliments. I feel like since then, AJ's gone through, not exaggerating, about 5 trainers now he's with Team Usyk. Who does he get his boxing guidance from now? Because that's not Freddie's job, it's not Eddie's job, and I just feel like these constant changing of trainers, it seems a bit lost.
It's not a thing, it's not a loss, it's just trying to find where you fit in. You know, everybody always trying to have this loyalty in boxing. I don't believe so. You know, everybody in boxing is there because they're getting paid.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so, you know, Freddie's there because he's getting paid. Eddie's there because he's making good money, yeah? The only person who's got loyalty to themselves is the fighter. So you choose what's good for you, understand? So if he before he went to Usyk's team, he was looking for trainers.
Yep.
And then one day, Usyk's team was like, listen, come to us, try us out, and see what happens. So he went there for 1 week, and then he liked it. He came back to London, and he went back, and he liked it. That was it. If that don't work out in the next couple of months, couple of days, couple of years, he leaves. I believe fighters should not have loyalty to their trainers.
I was not suggesting that AJ was disloyal in any way because he was incredibly loyal to Rob. Like, I've just wondered when you take away someone like Rob McCracken, who's so influential, that void has just not been filled. And you guys know him far better than me, and I just wondered, who does he turn to? When he says, I think I'm going to leave Ben Davison and I'm going to go and try, I just wonder who he bounces those ideas off now, is all I...
Because you think about it, like, you can't replace certain trainers. Like, you can replace them physically, but a relationship or a time spent with a trainer throughout your career, you're not going to be able to feel that again.
Yeah.
It's about feeling something different, and hopefully there's something different is better. You know, and I think with Robert McCracken and AJ, no one can be Robert McCracken. This guy has seen him from when he started, took him through to a world champion. Right, so no one's going to be able to have that time of his career again and those memories and that section. But now it's just about who can put him in the right mentality to perform best. He's not going to improve exponentially either at this time in his career.
No, about that age.
But it's not, that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
But it's about
it's a lie. It's a lie.
No, I
did it.
genuinely, you can add little tweets, you can add tweets. No,
Get out of here, man.
No, like, honestly,
Get out of here.
Have your opinion.
Get out of here.
This is why we're debating. This is why we're debating.
Get out of here.
It's genuinely, I feel like...
Hold on, did I not change my game?
You change your game, yeah.
Exactly. So what are you talking about?
So you would say, I don't know, everyone's different. But I would say, generally speaking, once I feel like where AJ is at now, it's just about mentality and maximizing what he already has. You can always add little tweaks, but he's not gonna exponentially improve
Well, that's-
at this time.
Yes,
That's
he
what I
can.
think.
Yes, he can.
I think he's got the ability to
Yes, he
change.
can.
When I'm doing the right things, I think
you know-
he's an amazing athlete. He's got amazing experience, and he's done everything. But he's such a good athlete. You can teach him new sequences of punches. You can work on different things, and that will make him perform better, in my opinion. And
yes,
hopefully, the
This is why we
USIC
have a
team,
debate.
yeah,
This is
hopefully,
why we're
hopefully the
debating
USIC
on.
team will show him lots of different things he hasn't done before. The sort of Ukrainian style, the amateur pedigree, the footwork.
And they're already showing him.
Yeah, so he could be very different than he is.
One
Really as we're used to.
man who, exactly like you said, who has worked with AJ from day one of his professional career is Eddie Hearn, and my corner man Jack Figg sat down with him.
I mean, he will want to. He won't want to, as the saying goes, he won't want to play around with his food. He never want to do that. And by the way, I've heard people say, I bet there's something in the contract where you have to take it easy on him. I mean, don't be so ridiculous. Can you imagine? Also, by the way, that's illegal. It's a professional contest. You can't have an agreement about how fights can go. That's called fixing. So we're going out there, not, I mean, like, AJ will make the decision what he does. Will he go in there and just have a look for a minute or so? But probably he was supposed to have a look against Francis Ngannou. And he dropped him in the first round and then knocked him spark out in the second round. So, and that was a man mounted. So I don't think AJ's capable of having a look. He's going to go out there, and as soon as Jake Paul gets hit on the chin, clean, the fight's over. This is a top 50 or 60 cruiserweight in the world stepping up and fighting a top, I mean, even if you want to be really critical, top 10, but I think top 5 heavyweight in the world. So it would be unthinkable. I mean, both AJ and myself would need to retire.
Vic, I'll come to you first.
Yeah,
So
Did we say if AJ loses, he has to retire?
Yeah, so.
Him and AJ have to retire from the sport.
Both of them together. That's crazy.
Eddie there said he thinks that Jake is a top 50 world cruiserweight. Now, I looked at BoxRec and there's 65 British ones, but I don't think he would win an area title.
Winning an area title and beating anybody that's in the 65 cruiserweights in the country is different. That's different. He probably could be one of the 65. Probably could.
Based on which performance that he's put in?
Based on which performance that he's put in?
Yeah.
Good question. I mean, nothing, he's not done anything mad impressive. He's got knockout power. He's flatlined people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's knocked people out.
45-year-old welterweight
65
wrestlers.
cruiserweights in the UK right now are going to get in there with the ability, the resources, the funding, the training that Jake has, which gives him an advantage. If you got money, you got an advantage.
Of course.
You got resources, you got time. This is what Jake has managed to do. He's expedited his progress through resources and funds. And it's good that he done that. He's earned the right to do that because of how hard he works and how creative he is. But I think he could be one of the 65 cruiserweights in the country.
The fact that you're talking about him not being able to beat this, that mindset of completely dismissing him fully is why I think he's got a bit more of a chance than everyone suspects. Because AJ might be thinking the same thing. AJ's team might be thinking the same thing. Like, he's shown nothing so far up until this point in a fight where you can say he does this, and that'll be able to counteract AJ here. But just because he hasn't done it when the lights are on, who says he isn't doing it every day in the gym behind closed doors? You don't know. There's no guarantees in boxing, particularly in the heavyweight division. So the fact that he's chosen AJ is for me shows he has something that we don't know about, or there's a belief within his team, within his management, that if he lands this particular shot, that he might have chinned 2 or 3 guys who they've kept it quiet. I'm very much looking forward to that first bell, because I'll be able to see straight away what is happening in this fight, and is he going to just eat that AJ? Because AJ's got a hell of a jab. When AJ gets behind that jab and he doubles it up, it's a problem for people. Is that going to be able to land on... How about if AJ misses that jab for the first 30, 40 seconds and he's moving around the ring and AJ's come out there just to get rid of this kid. Let me just get him out there. And he's missing, he's fumbling. Okay, it's just going to get interesting.
You got 3 grown men sitting here talking about some bloody YouTuber fighting a gold medalist.
Yeah.
And two-time heavyweight champion of the world.
And I mean, like, forget that the 2-time, and I'm like, 2 grown men. I mean, like, can you believe this?
I'm not fully grown yet.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, I'm sitting here debating about a guy who got famous by playing YouTube. And I mean, like, are you kidding me? Put it this way, if AJ goes 1 round, 2 rounds, fine, yeah? If he goes 3, 4, 5, then we have to start questioning AJ as well. And he goes to points. Then I have to phone him and say, yo, what are you doing? Yeah?
What if he batters him for 8? What if he doesn't want to?
I don't care.
You don't want, so he needs to flatline, and you don't want to see him
the guy
punish him.
comes in there,
8
1,
rounds.
2, yeah. But if he goes to 8 rounds, and then what are we doing then? What is AJ doing? Yeah, no, tell me, what is he doing?
David, you boxed Joe Fournier, a friend of yours. Now, in my personal opinion,
That was shit.
You would knock Joe Fournier out with the first serious punch. Now, I'm not saying you fixed it because that's a crime. I'm not saying that.
It was an exhibition.
It was an exhibition.
That was an exhibition.
Floyd
was an
Mayweather has
exhibition
done
of
it with
boxing.
Floyd Mayweather has done it with Conor McGregor. with Logan Paul, with Aaron Chalmers.
Sorry.
If the proper boxer knocks somebody out, they don't get a phone call again.
Excuse me. Conor and Floyd totally different. Because Conor, he's a fighter.
Yeah, he's a fighter.
Again, Conor McGregor wouldn't win an area title in boxing.
Totally miles away, yeah?
Floyd could have won that in 2 rounds.
Let me finish. Did you hear what Eddie Hearn said? Eddie said this is a fight people are betting on. So imagine
You could bet on Mike Tyson against Roy Jones Jr.
Listen, you bet money on AJ knocking this guy out. Yeah, you put 100 grand on.
You probably lose money.
And
you put
then
$1,000
AJ don't knock him out. You know what you're doing? You're driving around looking for AJ. You're driving around looking for AJ in Dubai or anywhere he is. But all I'm trying to say is this, it's a real fight.
Yeah.
If it's not a real fight, you think Eddie Hearn will be saying this on live? No, it's a real fight. You know, Jake Paul is ranked. So don't think it's this.
What's his ranking? Like 15, 10, 15,
Yeah,
something like that?
somewhere down there. And then on top of that, they get paid real money. So they have to give us a real fight.
Joe Fournier was a professional boxer. I know yours was an exhibition, but it's an exhibition fight, so they couldn't, you know, whether you carried him or not, you could have knocked him out.
Now to win.
You could have knocked him out very early.
The rules of the exhibition was, if I was to have knocked him out or Joe was to have knocked me out, we wouldn't have got paid.
Oh, right, okay.
That's an exhibition. So I don't know what Vito Belfort, when he got in there with Holyfield, I'm not sure if he got paid or not, but this is what the commission came to both of us and said, right, this is an exhibition. You have to wear these gloves, this is the rules, and if you knock someone out, then you might not get paid.
How many rounds was it?
It was 8 rounds, 8 2-minute rounds.
That must have been tiring for you because you probably got bored.
Listen, it was an exhibition of boxing that we both did an exhibition, and that was it. You know, it doesn't go on either of our records. No one got hurt. It was a nice. And it was in Miami. You had 50 Cent and Donald Trump doing the commentary for it. You had Anderson Silva, Tito Ortiz, Holyfield. It was a nice Anderson Silva. It was a nice spectacle, a nice event, and it was nice to be part of.
Yeah, but I see different is that his one was a
exhibition. Yeah. This is not.
Anthony's not.
I know.
Yeah.
AJ needs to obliviate him.
My opinion is, and I've said it very early on, I wouldn't have a job without Anthony Joshua. But at the age that he's at now, if he retires without Wilder and Fury on his record, but a Jake Paul fight, I think that, not for me, but I think that will damage his legacy for other people.
Who cares though?
No, he won't.
Who cares though?
No, he won't. His legacy is already done, bro. He's the guy who brought fights to Saudi.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. He started the trend. You understand? So his legacy is done already. Now he's just enjoying life by still boxing.
Now, Lennox Lewis didn't fight. The fight with Riddick Bowe didn't happen in the pros. At the time, you'd think he has to fight Riddick Bowe, but who cares now? Years have gone by.
Well, we still do.
Yeah, the hardcore boxing days. But you don't look at Lennox any less because that fight didn't take place.
Yeah, but again,
whoever's fault it was.
That was politics. He binned the belt, whereas AJ has had the chance to fight Wilder.
They've both had They've all had chances over the last few years, and for whatever reason, it hasn't happened.
He can't ruin his legacy, man. Gold medalist, world silver medalist, British champion, Commonwealth champion, 2-time world champion. These things are already set in stone. So him making his money today, making his bread today, if you want to say, oh, he's ruining his legacy, well, it's done already. Them stadiums have already been sold out. You can't ruin what's done.
It's on the record.
It's already on record.
And all the kids that have come through after him, like Boaxis and Okolis, who say Lawrence Okoli was working at McDonald's and saw what he did on the telly up there.
Inspirational.
He went on to be a world champion.
And now he's sparring with Jake to help him against AJ.
That's crazy.
And do you know what he even come out and said? Oh, I think Jake could do it. But then he's getting paid to be a sparring partner.
that's what I mean.
And everybody
He's
wants to
playing
be
his
on a
role.
Jake Paul undercard. Everyone wants to be a Jake Paul opponent.
What has he said? What has Lawrence Okoli said?
So I think it came via Joe Gallagher. Joe Gallagher told Boxing News that Lawrence had said, oh, he's really impressive.
Third-hand
really
information
great.
there.
Yeah, but... You know, again, you're not really going to find anyone who says much negative about Jake Paul because he is this big cash cow.
Yeah.
And everyone can get on an undercard or get on a broadcast or be an opponent.
Yeah, so he gives opportunities. The city, this is big for the city. This is big for the economy. We're talking travel and tourism is booming around this time now because this fight's taking place. So when you got people that influential, of course you're not going to speak bad on those individuals.
Do you think when he's in a ring saying, I'll beat up Canelo, when he says AJ's chinny, I'm going to knock him out, do you think he walks away and speaks to his team afterwards and has a laugh because he's winding everyone up? Or do you think he believes it?
A bit of both. I think he says things out loud before he believes them. And then as time goes on, he starts to believe it a bit more. But he likes to put it out there to wind people up.
Yeah, and I think he talks things into existence.
Yeah.
He said, if you look where he came from to what he's generated and what he's achieved and the business he's done, it all comes from him just saying something that seems outlandish. It seems like, oh, that's obviously not going to happen. He's now said, I'm going to beat Anthony Joshua. And he's going to try and talk it into reality, get the best sparring partners, get the whole team set up, live your life for 5 or 6 years as he's done. You know, you got to respect that kind of mindset because up until this point, outside a little blip with Tommy Fury, where I thought he actually won the fight personally, that knockdown in that last round, by a point. But coming from where he is to someone who's the brother of legend heavyweight, I think he's pushing the boundaries of reality and what he can do, and that's how you achieve great things, by trying to go further than anyone else has ever done before, and not being worried about failing, not worried about getting put in a coma. You know, no, I'm gonna win this. I don't care what anyone else says, and I respect that mindset.
I think you did even say when we come to interview you around the Ben Eubank fight that this could be his last day on the earth. And don't get me wrong, we're all saying hyperbole.
Every boxer getting in the ring, there's a chance that it could go wrong because it happens to boxers
but
all
the good
over the
point
world.
you made is it's a heavyweight fight. He's not boiling down.
Yeah,
you know,
there's more chance of smaller guys boiling down to weight. You know, AJ's got to come down to 245 pounds, which he was for the second Usyk fight. Anyways, it's not a big talking point whatsoever. It's just I can't emphasise just when they walk out from the corners to the centre of the ring, what's going to happen? I can't process it. My brain can't process it.
Yeah.
Because you can't watch AJ's fight. You watch AJ's last fight against Dubois, then you watch Jake's against Mike Tyson. It's like it's hard to process these two fighters together, but it's not far away, is it?
Jake has said a lot of derogatory stuff about AJ. Probably just selling the fight. He's chinny. He's washed. He's getting beat up. I thought when AJ walked across him, that maybe he just doesn't care about him so much. But I would have loved to have seen AJ gone, look what you got now.
No,
look what you've got now.
The presence is there. You don't have to say nothing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And you
It's
know,
just a small man syndrome.
Jake, you see, like Jake, we know he's confident. Does crazy things at press conferences. He's wild. He was at this press conference with AJ. He wasn't as wild. He wasn't as wild, and he was, and he was going to do this trolling thing where he was going to motorboat AJ's chest. If you
What's
watched
motorboat?
Come on, man, you got to know.
Oh, that...
Yeah. So. But when you
don't know what motorboating is. You're a motorboating king, I've heard.
It's been a while.
Word around the campfire, you're a motorboating
when you watch the press
conference,
when they go face to face, you see him stare at AJ's chest for a few seconds before he looks up at him. But he backed out. So he knows what time it is.
Yeah.
He knows that, okay, this is serious. I'm gonna do my camp. I believe in myself. I've got a big overhand right. But when he faced him, he was like, you know what, let me not do that. So that shows a little something.
That was my thing with the Mike Tyson one, when he said, oh, I didn't want to hurt him. He's a professional troll in like a good sense. You know, he's a marketeer. He was screaming, he must die. He never carried Mike Tyson. I think he was too scared to go near him.
Why
would he carry him? He wanted to stand over him.
I disagree. I carried him for sure.
He carried him.
No, he did. I could tell. He carried him.
He did carry him. He had respect.
Out of respect for Mike Tyson, he wanted him to hit the find away, and he didn't want to take because Mike Tyson was gassed out after he was finished, and he wasn't. So he could have, but out of respect, he kept it going for the last few rounds.
That guy to knock Mike Tyson out.
Yeah.
Well, you genuinely
think he was trying to knock Mike Tyson out?
Can I tell you
I think he was too scared to go near him.
No. Can I say something?
Just happy to move around.
Knock Mike Tyson out.
You're not a professional troll, professional content creator. He wanted to stand over Mike Tyson.
He didn't. If he wanted to, he would have done that.
Did you watch the fight?
You watch the fight. Watch it again.
And
Watch
he
it
was
again.
asleep.
And you thought that he was scared to engage with Tyson.
No, he wasn't. He was scared
I
to
don't believe
hit him
Jake
too
Paul
hard.
cares enough about Mike Tyson's iconic legacy.
No,
I think he
does,
did.
man. He's not.
Off the
wanted to
strength of
stand over.
that changed a lot my opinion of him. So I remember thinking, how could he go there and knock Mike Tyson out? He's 58 years old.
He's
I'm
got
watching
respect.
it, and once Tyson's energy started going and he couldn't pull the trigger, I was like, oh shit, he's gonna knock Mike Tyson out, and he didn't. He moved around, he jabbed it, he tied him up. He did what I hoped he would do.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, respect. You know, you could have went out there and just started teeing off, but that would have been just terrible for everybody. It would have just been horrible. So a points victory at respect, I thought that was the best thing to happen that night with someone as old as Mike Tyson.
That Jake's many things, he does some outrageous things, but he's respectful. And I can say that from a perspective of seeing him from early.
Yeah.
So when I saw him with Tyson, I was surprised a little bit because sometimes you can get drawn into the camera personality, that the act. You know what I mean? So I thought, whoa, is he gonna do it? But when he backed off and was boxing, I said, yeah, he's not a bad guy like that. You know what I mean? He wouldn't do that.
Listen, if you knock Mike Tyson out, you're gonna need more security at your house.
You're the most hated person.
You're the most hated person in the world. You're gonna walk around and say, I knocked Mike Tyson out. You're mad.
Well, let's wrap it up then. Viddal, please give me your prediction.
AJ by punishment and obliviation.
How many rounds?
I'm one of them people, I don't mind how many rounds it goes, as long as the rounds are just going and AJ's just piecing him up slowly, tenderizing him, knock him down, let him get up, bring him out.
You know,
pull him
Viddal,
out again.
shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah? Just shut the fuck up, man.
I knew.
Just shut the fuck up. Just go hang out your British title down somewhere and shut the fuck up. Fucking asshole.
Derek, prediction, please.
Knock this motherfucker out, man. If fight goes past 2 rounds, I'm turning off my Netflix.
Derek,
I know, it seems so one-sided. It seems like every single benefit is outside of the psychological side of it, with AJ taking it lightly. I think something dramatic's going to happen. I think, for instance, if AJ's Achilles snaps in the first round, what happens? If he dislocates his shoulder, so there's a chance this stuff happens. He's got a new coach. He's throwing punches from new angles. Something could happen. I'm going the complete opposite. I think
you beat the dad again by tomorrow.
Listen, I think it's going to be the biggest. I think there's somehow, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I think it's going to be the biggest upset in sporting history. So I think there's something going to happen because it's so obvious. It's so obvious. AJ has got all of the. I think there's something's going to happen. Either no contest, either something, a cut, no contest.
Why you told me?
A cut, for instance, a big clash of heads, or something's going to happen where AJ's. It's just, I don't know why, because it's so. I'm going the opposite way.
I think this guy is ill. He's too tight.
Yeah, I tightened him up this morning.
Too tight because he's talking shit. Yeah,
I think there's gonna.
Shit.
Something's gonna happen. It's so obvious in one way. It can't be that. It can't.
You're talking.
He can't just go out there and go bang and just knock out. That seems too simple.
He did it to Ngannou.
But that's Ngannou. I don't know. Yeah, but he did do it to Ngannou pretty comfortably.
He did. He walked out like we expected him to.
But he was afraid that Ngannou was a big guy. He was a UFC champion, and he just beat Tyson Fury, in my opinion. Yeah. So he's not going in against. He's going against a Disney Club kid who's just started doing boxing, has never fought Mike Tyson. That's his mindset.
Why are you putting this in the air?
No, I'm saying something's going. Honestly, something's going wrong.
But I don't think they're gonna put it in. They're gonna air it out. They're gonna put. You have to cut this out.
We'll cut it out.
Yeah, you have to cut it out. Yeah. Listen,
No, don't say it then if you've got to cut it out. You can tell me when we get out of here. You can tell me when we get out of here.
I mean, like, it's just, bro, what you're saying.
I'm saying it's so obviously one way. Sometimes things are so locked in that it's locked in for a reason. And that's so something else can happen. Like, give me some, I don't know. I just think it's so obvious that why would Jake Paul, who could pick anybody in the world, maybe he knows something, maybe AJ's got some mad injury that we don't know about, and he's got one arm, maybe he broke his hand in training, wants to come up and pick the 70 million up. I can win it with one hand. Maybe they know. I don't know. There's something happening that Jake Paul and his team know that the rest of the world doesn't know, including me.
Yeah, the bank account.
No, but he doesn't need it. He could have fought anyone else and got that same money. It's
No, it's not. Netflix said they wanted him to fight a real fighter because he's ranked.
A real fighter doesn't have to go to the top legitimate top 10 in the world who's a former world champion. He could have picked some UFC fighter. He could have picked a bare knuckle fighting champion or anybody, and he would have still filled out the same amount of seats, made the same amount of money on Netflix because he brings the hype.
So you're saying...
I'm saying something crazy.
No, you're saying...
It is crazy, but I hear you, though.
You hear what I'm saying?
You're saying that Jake Paul might win this fight.
Yes, say there's a small chance that if
No,
AJ,
I'm letting you speak. I'll say after what I'm gonna say.
You can't say. I hear you.
No, because
you choose what side.
It's a two-horse race. It's a two-horse race.
It's not a two-horse race.
It is a two-horse race.
No.
And one horse, you don't know where they are.
Because of what David's saying about it can't be that simple. Because we know how life goes. Things that seem that simple are never that simple, right? So I get that perspective. I don't think it's going to go as far as Jake winning, but I think Jake might go more rounds than people want him to go. Based on him using the 24-foot ring and running around the ring.
To knock this guy 1 or 2, yeah? We can't go 1, we can't go 3, 4, 5. Yeah, after 3, 4, I'm turning my Netflix off. Yeah.
You ain't turning it off. You're going to keep watching that.
Because he's a gold medalist, yeah? I mean, like, he's changed the game in boxing.
Yes.
Do you understand?
He has.
I want the upset. I want to get the maximum value. And you can only go with Jake Paul in terms of betting. Don't bet your house on it.
Yeah,
you don't need to because you're going to get
anything you care about.
Yeah, anything you care about. But just stick it there, little something, because you're like 10, 15, 20 to 1.
I was on a bet. I bet you money that guy knocks him out.
How about if there's no contest? How about AJ hits him or he trips over and something?
Right, that is the final bell. These men have got to go elsewhere. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Massive thank you to David Haye, Haye Chisora and Viddal Riley, who are still arguing about it. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua in Miami this Friday. Drop your predictions in the comments. Who wins and how? Stay with Sun Sport for all the fight week buzz from Miami and catch all the post-fight fallout on Split Decision next Monday.